It's a coming of age story. Basically, it's a kid that is confused between love and lust, and he decides to follow a girl, the girl of his dreams, or what he thinks it's the girl that he loves. They're both in Medellin, in Colombia, and it's very hard for them to get a visa to the U.S., and she's set on coming to New York. They decide to embark on this trip, and basically they get lost as soon as they get to New York. They get lost from each other. You know, he starts looking for her throughout, you know, Brooklyn and Queens and Manhattan, and that's what basically the whole movie is about. It's a guy looking for a girl, but he becomes a man in front of our eyes. It really transforms, and there's a parallel story that's told at the same time as the New York story, which is how they actually got to New York, it deals with the whole illegal immigration issue. I'm from Colombia, but I've been here for 17 years. I kind of did the film because I felt related to the main character. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from, you always deal with this culture shock. And you know, even though I came to Miami and I didn't have the language barrier problem, because you know, in Miami nobody needs English, everybody speaks Spanish. So, but I think it's an issue that's been around. It's not a relevant issue right now. It's always been. The fact that right now it's getting more attention, it's because of all this, you know, political situation that's going on. It's like a hot button for the election, and you know, it's like a hot topic. But I don't think my film tries to be preachy about it or tries to make a political statement about it. It just shows the reality. It shows what really happens, and it deals with the story of 30 to 40 million people that live here. I come from music videos and commercials, which is a very stylized media, and I think when I did my first film and I did, you know, this one, I knew that when I got into features, I had to concentrate more on the actors and the story more than the visual side of things. But that's something I cannot leave behind. It comes, you know, it comes with the territory. The camera should feel what he's feeling, what our character is feeling. That's why the handheld, you know, throughout the, you know, the chase, the searching, you know, in Times Square, where he's being pursued by the cops. Everything is a little bit more normal and warmer, you know, in Colombia. A lot of people notice it, some people don't, but it just becomes a little bit more cozy when you're in Colombia, and then, which is by far an ironic thing when you look at it, because people think, you know, Colombia is like, there's a bad rap about Colombia, like, oh, it's always war, and I hate those movies when you see Colombia and you see like bombs going everywhere, and that's really not the way it is. I've always said that I don't want to make films, you know, for festivals or for juries or for, you know, connoisseurs of film. I want to make movies to entertain. That's why I wanted to make films in the first place. You know, that's why I go to the movies, to be entertained. I don't go there to come out, you know, as more intellectual. You know, I come out, yeah, I go to the movies to escape for a couple of hours, to be entertained, but at the same time to come out of it with a fiber, with some needle that I touched, whether it's the emotional, you know, whether it's the joy or fear or whatever. I think that's what filmmakers should try to do, you know. And that was very, you know, satisfying to know that people actually enjoy the film, like the general, you know, consensus.